Hey, yo, what is poppin', everybody? We are gonna be doing this double nickel showcase. I have rarely, if ever, been this excited. Perfect. Okay, so actually, just in case y'all don't know, I knew, and I didn't even have to check. I should have known better. Your friend unit cannot go in slot 7. I just wanted to start the video off with some Dokkan, veteran IQ right there, just in case y'all were unaware. But we will be showing my LR future Gohan. I did pull him on global. That's a great feeling, man. That's a great feeling to have. So I was very excited, of course. If you know me, I rock with future Gohan out of any Gohan the most. So this was a great release for me. I told y'all I'll trade him for a Goku Black, or a Goku Black for him in a heartbeat. So that was a good feeling. He has his fair statistics. His HP is what's absurd. You guys know attack and defense don't matter as much nowadays because you can manipulate it based on their passive. Now you guys know what he does. I did give him a 5 additional, and I gave him 5 defense, so he has 500 extra defense. He's about link level 5. So this is where I try to get my units when I do these double nickel showcases. But let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go, man. Wow, typically it'd be annoying to see that base Gohan didn't well, actually it's not that annoying for me, but some people seem to be annoyed by it, that base Gohan didn't transform. But in this situation, it's good to have at least one turn with the support. We won't be able to maximize it because he's about to wrap this fight up, but sure. So what was that, 185k? Yeah, 185k defense. And future Gohan is a phenomenal EZA. We're talking about it, but I still want to talk about it. He's very good. And then we got Goku Black on the back end. He is a liability. He's just here for the showcase. You guys know that, though. 5.1 million to start out is fine. One thing, it's not a criticism. I would not call it a criticism. But one thing I do wish is that his 24 key crit ability would just it was the whole fight. If it was the entire fight, I think that would change a lot. I think his offense is not underwhelming. I'm not calling it underwhelming, but it's not. He still needs a warm-up turn before you can get into that. By the way, what's really important about him being in slot 7 is we're gonna wait a while until we're able to trigger what typically would be his domain, but we have 2 future Gohans, so it'll trigger on turn 6. Now, what else matters is that his damage reduction is now going to last much longer in the entire fight, so you guys know we're not concerned about that. This is actually a really good turn, but this isn't the Gohan we're showcasing. Alright, we are in another phase because Tech Trunks just is a salesman, and so we got knocked out, we got to run it back. That's fine with me. This is actually one of the only places I've seen Gohan, 262, he'll be fine. This is one of the only places where I've seen Gohan take damage because that AGL Rose, he doesn't hit incredibly hard, right? So I haven't stress tested Gohan insanely, but in the private server showcase, the early showcase, you guys know me, I do the initial one, and then I'll just hop over to global, right? Exactly, this right here. He starts out like that, and he has been cracking me off of that. So we're probably going to take, 120k right here? Whoa, double that is crazy. I got to be careful, man. I got to be a little careful. So yeah, Gohan not being built up, being 55%, that makes sense. I didn't factor that in at all. But yeah, that's why I feel like raw defense for him makes a lot of sense. And I was thinking about giving him the dodge, but the bronze equips for, stat buffs versus the bronze equips, well, when units can use it, right? Versus the idea of giving them, a level 2 crit or a level 2 additional. It just doesn't quite work, in my opinion, for Gohan. It just didn't make sense for me to take that approach. So I chose to go this route and give him the raw defense. Stuff like that is going to matter for him being 55% because I have no intentions of going back in on the banner. I think Gohan's incredible. I do think if he is not, he's the best individual unit in the game. If you want to look at it that way, that's fine. I mean, I suppose part of my opinion is based on the domain, so maybe I can't quite say individual. I don't really... He's in contention. All right. I don't want to be delusional as the future Gohan stan that I am, but I think that's where I stand on it. I do need to use a Sensu Bean right here. That way, into future Gohan will also transform next turn. The HL Goku Black cannot take damage. He's not a tank in the slightest, so we got to be aware of that. This fight, being the playground it is very fun. It's good to know that I'll be able to showcase units in here for a while. It's like the infinite stacking event that I use a lot on KX. Shout out to the team. So it's good to have this available to me right now. But when I look at these stages, Gohan fits so well in a lot of them, and there's not even a lot of physical, extreme physical, obviously, but extreme physical enemies to be using, you know, his domain and his mitigation to its maximum potential for himself. You know, slot 1, his 60% mitigation when his intro is up, versus an extreme class physical enemy, and then later on you get the domain. And this is important. I'm gonna show you guys in a moment. I really want to get this on camera. This is really important to me. You guys are gonna like this. Let's see in a moment. Let's just keep going. All right, so we went from Tech Trunks selling in his Super Saiyan state to which is, this one is expected. It just in period, it just is. But the AGL Goku Black, he got packed up. So we're back at square one. The only reason I'm showing this turn 1 is because I've been showing you guys my Gohan with the support, and you know, in future Gohan being his part, like that, just logically speaking, applying it to difficult battles such as this one's all right. It's not crazy. This is a mid battle, but you know, fights much harder than this. Applying it to more realistic environments, in future Gohan is who you want to bring. If you don't have Sword of Hope Trunks, like I don't have him and I don't really plan on getting him, you do want to show him in this type of environment along with his best partner. In my opinion, is certainly in future Gohan, or it's, you know, LR Goku or LR Goku Vegeta, LR Vegeta and Trunks here. We do have a couple more options, but you get what I'm saying. The approach, the mindset, the viability, how difficult the fights are gonna be, and how well you need to be able to tank and play offense in there when necessary. In future Gohan is gonna be that guy. He just is. Now, as much as I think he's the second best EZA TUR, I do wish he raised defense on his super attack in Super Saiyan. I do wish he did. Like, they did that. They knew what they were doing by taking that away from us. It's not the biggest deal, but it is what it is. All right, now from here on, we're going into the domain. I want to showcase the domain. So next time you guys see me, we will be in that state. No matter what, if I die again, I'll still start in that state. All right, people, we're active. We're active. Okay, so Super Saiyan Gohan now shares 5 out of 7 links with the domain Gohan. You guys know the domain. I've been trying to tell people since this was released. This is essentially a support unit. This goes the same way for Zamasu, the int free-to-play Trunks, who's yet to EZA at the time of this recording. We are now in a domain that makes it so extreme class enemies and yes, your allies. So Tech Zamasu, 1, he can't get his domain in here. 2, he'd take more damage in here. I don't know why you would bring him on STR Future Gohan's team. I would say keep that team oh my gosh, the words. Keep that team restricted to the Goku Black-esque units, but to each their own, right? Anyway, Gohan on this rotation. We're not going to use his active. I'm going to wait until we have his active on support rotation. I think that makes sense. We'll wait one more turn. Let's see what he does right here. Gohan is spectacular. I really can't overstate how good he's gonna look right now. And then, like I said, damn, whoa. It actually would have been good to use the active right here because it would have shown that he has the extra mitigation. You guys would have seen him tank that for double digits. I promise you, he would have taken no more than 10 or 20k from that super attack, and I would bet on double digits. But yeah, so in these situations, Gohan's crit ability now, he's trying me off of the normals. What's with him? He wasn't doing this to me a couple days ago. Anyway, when I was like using him private server, when I was using him a bit on JP, I do have him on JP, like I said, so he wasn't trying me over there. Anyway, in future Gohan's now teed up. If this guy raised defense for 1 turn, just for the 1 turn on super attack, do you know how much crazier this turn would be? Because he can get hit. Like, he can get hit fairly hard. It's not crazy hard. I'm not like, oh, he's a liability defensively. But if he say type dis or anything like that, but then you see him do all these supers and you just, or well, what if they just gave him 30% defense on super attack when you do have that full bond of master and disciple rotation? Like, what if they did that? It's not that he takes a lot of damage. He really doesn't. But the possibility of him getting hit for a couple 100k is always there, especially when he's type disadvantage. It just depends on who you're fighting. Like, no unit in the game right now can pretty much tank that STR Vegito Blue except AGL LR Golden Freeze on like turn 1 or turn 3. Not turn 3, actually. It'd have to be like turn 1. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Gohan, we're about to show his active skill in a moment. I do love his active skill a lot. We got a lot going on here. His viability as a support unit on these situations, on these very important turns. I want to make sure I showcase all of that. You know what? Just in case Rose super attacks here right again, we're going to use this guy's active skill. Yeah, we are actually. We are. Let me pause my music. Let's go. I like this. So yeah, I think this STR, I can't explain. Like, I feel like the flaw would be that the fight is so short. He's not getting exposed. Believe me, he's not getting exposed. But he'd be in a situation where you don't get to see the domain. That's the only complaint I've heard about him. And I don't even know that that's a legitimate gripe for this best unit in the game conversation. I'm sorry, it's just so pretty. But more importantly, let's see if Rose super attacks. This is what we're banking on. His defense right now, 400k. He is going to fold. This HP recovery is about to be crazy on some of these turns. Not quite here, but let's see what he's got for us. And then we got Tech Future Gohan's Easy A on the back end. I'm so proud of that guy. He's waited so long, and we waited so patiently, and he got exactly what he deserved, man. He's doing his thing. This guy is 55%, and we didn't even get supered, so I wasted it. Oh, that's annoying. That's very annoying. I thought that would be the perfect example. The active skill, if you weren't noticing what I've been trying to say, the active skill will trigger Gohan's 20% mitigation before he attacks or does his, these super attacks right here. If you do his active skill, whether or not the domain is up is irrelevant. If you do his active skill, he will get the 20%. My bad, I misspoke. No, that is a lie. The domain being active, I meant the intro. Whether or not the intro is active, he will either have his 40% mitigation or his full 80% mitigation. This Gohan is not going to hit hard because I did not give him Elder Kai's, bro. I just easy ate him. I'm going to go farm him right after this video. That's why he's here, so he could dodge. That's his viability. We will be skipping this one. I'm sorry. I was a terrible misspeak right there. So yeah, right now, Gohan has his 40% up. Or no... Gosh, he has his natural 20% up with the fact that he has this 275k defense. He's about to super attack. Well, active skill. This is a terrible showcase. Yo, I gotta go drink a water or something. 330k. Now his permanent defensive buff from the active skill is up, but then the fact that he's gonna heal right here. He has the extra 20% being up from using the active skill on this turn. It does fully calc the LR at 24 key, which triggers the final 20% you need to make sure he's safe. When you do it on the turns where he has... Yes, perfect. This is what I've been looking for. Cool. Okay, when you do it on those turns where he has, the 40% from the intro. Ooh, man, Gohan. Yo, how am I getting hit so hard? What the heck? Sheesh, me? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I'm so confused. I know the intro went away, but I thought he'd be able to tank it for like less than 100k. I don't know. I'm overstating him at 55. At double nickel, he is not quite the tank I need him to be, but his offense is there for sure. He is critting on every single one of these attacks. His defense does go up drastically post super. Post super, he's certainly there. Like, I don't want to play him post super, but you get what my mindset is. Maybe maybe I just need to stop being stubborn and hard-headed and realize once his intro wears off, he can't go in slot one. I've been trying to work with it. I've been trying to negotiate with myself on whether or not I can put him in slot one and convince the community. It's okay. At 55%, like right here, this is when I'd say in Future Gohan should be in slot one no matter what. And then you put STR Future Gohan in slot 2. He gets all that extra defense. Then that same 430 whatever K that he just took from Rose, he's not taking that damage. He's not taking all that damage. I promise you that. Vegeta and Trunks is also... Vegeta and Trunks are incredible. Vegeta and Trunks is another unit that would show his... do I want to... Yeah, I guess I'll use the active skill here. Vegeta and Trunks is another unit that'll show his ability to be in slot 2, or hide his inability to be in slot 1, I should say. So them being over a year old now, still being super viable for a lot of these fights. They do take damage in First Form Cell. They do take damage in like the Zamasu fight, the Tech Rose and Zamasu fight, I should say. They do take a lot of damage in a lot of these situations. But when you get them built up, they're perfectly fine. And they want to be in slot 1. You guys know that. So stacking them, doing things like that is very important. It's pertinent for what we need for this team, which is a whole bunch of units that need to get ready fairly fast. Okay, so this is the friend Gohan. He had 433k defense at the start of turn. He just did, was it 2? I looked away. I think he did 3 super attacks. So right there, that just shows you, you know, he wants to be in slot 2. That's the only reason I'm showing this on camera right now, to to completely contradict my entire stance walking into this video. I thought I'd be able to prove he has slot 1 viability, but if he's not tanking well in here, we'd be dead in just about any other event. Rotation of future Gohans. You love to see it. I know they're not linking up right now, but I do love to see it. I can't even cap off you. So we'll do that, allow him to do his thing, and we'll end the video here. I mean, we're done. I've done everything I needed to do. Remember, he's auto-critting. You guys know that. I don't have to really spell it out for you guys. He is getting 30% support and 2 key from this Tech Future Gohan on the back end, who I have to go get his super attack up. I hate it. No! Damn it! The Dokkan attack. It's gonna end the fight. No, that's worst case. That's ugly. Because Future Gohan is not soft, bro. He's gonna crit, too. I know my Future Gohan. Damn it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My final thoughts, I have, like I said, retracted my understanding and completely fallen back off the idea of Gohan post-intro. Being able to tank in slot 1, I thought I could change my mind on that. I would not put him in slot 1 after it wears off unless I'm fighting an extreme physical enemy or super, well, you want to fight villains because villains are everywhere and Gohan's domain is for villains. You want to fight him in those situations and put him in those situations to tank fairly well. That's it. That's really it. And which is a massive change for me, because at 55%, I feel like versus 100%, I'd have a lot more faith in him being in slot 1 if my hand was truly forced. But if he's taking, you know, 430k pre-super in these situations, I know he would take double digits post-super if he were to allow to attack or do, you know, his active skill on a turn where his intro was still up. But that's not quite what's happening here, and that's not something you can rely on consistently, especially because the domain, I don't really like this. I don't know why they're doing this, but especially on the fact that the domain is 5 turns after you appear. It's not turn 5, it's 5 turns after you appear. I can't stand that, but game is game. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed. This was a long showcase. I did not need to make the showcase this long, but units were stressing me out, man. Units were stressing me out. I need to go max out and get this future team ready for more difficult content. Young Hitman is off this.